What really controls a government? Is it laws, regulations, the will of the people, or is it money? Who controls the money? The Federal Reserve. Who has the biggest influence on the US government? On the front end, senators, lawmakers, elected officials, the faces you recognize. But on the back end, intelligence agencies, corporations, and hidden power players who never appear on election ballots. Think about every major classified document declassified over the years. Whose name is always on those documents? The CIA. Are you starting to feel that strange pressure behind your eyes, that feeling that you might be seeing the bigger picture? Good. Now, let's take this even further. And just to be clear, we're not saying these things are happening, we're just questioning. Because history, patterns, and other global events tell us that when things like this happen, they aren't random. Because right now, something huge is happening. The CIA, the most powerful shadow force in America, is purging itself. Hundreds of operatives paid to resign, and at the same time, Elon Musk's favored cryptocurrency, Dogecoin, is gaining exclusive access to the US financial system. Why Dogecoin? Why now? Why is an intelligence agency shedding its ranks just as Musk consolidates control over AI, government operations, and financial infrastructure? Sounds crazy, right? But is it? Again, we're just questioning because trying to see the full picture might help us understand what's going on. And maybe, just maybe, help us figure out how to protect ourselves and the people we care about. And if there's one thing I've learned from studying business and economics, it's that power follows the money. And the more I look at what's happening right now, the more none of this looks random. Stick around, because this is CIA Buyout, Total Control Takeover. Let's not be naive. We can play the three monkeys, cover our eyes, ears and mouth, or we can question what's happening around us. Where do you stand? Because once you see the full picture, there's no going back. Let's be bold. Let's look at the real picture. We're not here to convince you. We're here to lay out the pieces. You decide how they fit together. The CIA isn't just another agency. It's a global powerhouse, not just in intelligence, but in finance, politics, and covert operations worldwide. They don't follow the news. They make the news. So when hundreds of operatives start resigning at the same time, it's not just a workforce shift, it's a power shift. Think about this. At the same moment the CIA is purging itself, Trump resigns the US from the United Nations, cutting off America from global oversight. Then reports emerge that he's inviting Canada to join the US. Sounds crazy, right? But what does that signal? A restructuring of alliances, a realignment of control. And then, almost too perfectly timed, Elon Musk's favored cryptocurrency, Dogecoin, suddenly gains exclusive priority in the US financial system. A joke coin, the meme currency. Why this one? Why now? Why is the deep state shedding its ranks just as Musk is consolidating control over AI, government operations, and financial infrastructure? This isn't just a few strange events. This is a new financial and intelligence order forming in real time. And if history tells us anything, it's that power never disappears, it just moves. This is a fight for control, a fight that's been brewing for years. Trump spent his first presidency waging war with the intelligence community. He tried to declassify CIA records, files on JFK, foreign coups, black ops programs, and global surveillance networks. But the CIA didn't just ignore him. They pushed back, delayed, and buried those documents even deeper. They've survived every administration, every shift in power until now, because now they're the ones leaving. And the timing, it's too perfect to ignore. At the same moment the CIA is purging itself, Elon Musk, Trump's most vocal supporter, has been handed the keys to America's most critical infrastructure. This is where things get really interesting and also very speculative. It's important to remember that these are just potential connections. There's no definitive proof of a coordinated plan, yet. However, when major shifts like these happen at the same time, history tells us it's rarely random. Fact 1. The US Treasury has granted Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, read-only access to federal payment systems. These systems process over $5 trillion annually, including Social Security and government salaries. Source: CBS News. Why would a tech billionaire with no financial regulation background gain access to the federal payment backbone of the US? Fact 2. Trump's administration is dissolving the US Agency for International Development, USAID, and integrating its functions into the State Department. Experts warn this may violate existing laws and eliminate key checks and balances for international funding. Source: NPR. Why strip an independent agency of oversight unless you want absolute control over its operations? Fact 3. The rapid rise and collapse of Kekius Maximus. Just a few weeks ago, Elon Musk casually changed his name on X to Kekius Maximus, a reference to an obscure meme coin that most people had never even heard of. Source: New York Post and the Times of India. Within hours, the coin surged 4,800% in value. It hit a market cap of $380 million, seemingly overnight. And then, it collapsed by 83% just as fast, wiping out nearly all of its gains. Who got rich? Who lost everything? Fact 4. US lawmakers and citizens are protesting Musk's growing financial influence. With Musk's Doge project gaining influence, lawmakers and protesters are rallying against the Treasury's decision to allow Musk access to financial systems. Source: The Guardian. We're not pointing fingers, we're just asking the question, because this isn't just about crypto innovation. This isn't about currency freedom. This is about total control over finance, intelligence, and the future economy. One side is about to win, and the other? They're about to lose everything. But do you really think the ones winning are just average people like us? Think again. Now let's be clear. This part isn't about finger-pointing or making claims. This is about asking the question, what if? Because when intelligence shifts like this, history tells us it's rarely random. And that brings us to another possibility. For decades, the CIA operated like an untouchable empire. No matter who was in office, they stayed. They adapted. But this time, this might not just be an evolution, this could be a full-blown dismantling. Because if there's one rule about power, it doesn't share space for long. What if this new intelligence shift isn't about restructuring, but about erasing the old system entirely? Consider this. What happens when a private force, one that doesn't answer to Congress, doesn't report to the public, and doesn't follow the old intelligence rules, moves in and takes over? What if we aren't just seeing a shift in power, but a replacement of the old intelligence structure with something completely new, something far more dangerous, or maybe something better? Because let's be honest, did the old CIA ever really do good, or did they just do what benefited them? What if for the first time we're witnessing a total reset? And if that's the case, then for the first time in modern history, the deep state might actually be dying, but what's replacing it might be even worse. Or maybe this is the break the world has been waiting for. You decide. Right now. And whether you realize it or not, you are living through one of the biggest intelligence and financial shifts in modern history. The question is, some people will laugh at this. They'll say, oh, another crazy theory. And that's fine. Believe whatever makes you comfortable. But here's the thing. History doesn't care if you believe it while it's happening. And if you never question what's coming, you won't see it until it's already here. And what if the well is dry by then? It won't matter what you believe, because here's what we know. The old intelligence order is being rewritten, either by Trump and Musk consolidating power, or by a new intelligence system operating outside of government oversight. Financial systems are shifting, from the dollar, from gold to crypto-like structures that aren't decentralized but controlled. AI, surveillance and information control are no longer government exclusive. They're moving into the hands of corporate intelligence. So, what does that mean for the rest of us? Are we looking at a future of complete corporate governance, or a reset of a corrupt intelligence structure? Maybe both. Maybe neither. But one thing is certain. This isn't just about who's in power now. This is about who will control the future. And whoever wins will decide the rules for generations to come. So forget the politics. Forget who you like and who you hate, because this isn't about them. This is about you. Because when this shift is complete, you will either be on the side that benefits or the side that gets left behind. So I'll ask one last time, where do you stand? This is a hostile takeover. And if we're right, this is only the beginning of something much, much bigger. Some will dismiss this. Some will say, nothing ever really changes. But history tells us one thing: power never fades, it only shifts. The question is, are you watching it happen, or are you just waiting to feel the impact? Some may call it crazy, we call it curiosity. Every breakthrough starts with someone questioning the unquestionable. What if we're wrong? What if we're right? Stay curious, stay bold, and never stop questioning, because that's how progress begins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time on Misty Q Time.